Hello there everyone. I decided to try something a little bit different here. If you are new to my videos there in general, I tend to do a lot of 4X style games, at least so far in my video history there, which are more long-term type of videos. In this case, I want to do more like a one-off type of series there, and the best kind of games for that is going to be kind of rogue-based games, roguelite in this case here. And the game I have decided to test off in this pilot type episode is going to be Convoy, a situation that's heavily inspired, or at least very similar to FTL, for Faster and Light, anyone who's ever played that game there. I imagine most of you may have if you're interested in the roguelike type of games, because that's a pretty popular game. And I'm going to try this game out on the hardest type of difficulty there. Basically, I've only played enough of this game to go through the campaign once. I didn't actually beat it there, I did get near the end, but I only did one solid playthrough here. So, I'm about to go crank up the difficulty with like very little experience in this game to really understand how it plays. And I managed to unlock a few stuff there. Not really any of the MCVs, which is my command vessel here. And we're going to give it a go. But for if you're not familiar with what's going on here, the story, the theme of this game is our colony ship, our spaceship, whatever kind of ship you want to call it there. I don't think it was ever explained in the tutorials that crash landed on a planet there due to damage from like an ion storm or something here. And my mission is to collect a bunch of components that are needed to repair the ship essentially so it can go back up into space. And on this world, there are a lot of hostile factions there. There are pirates, there are privateers, and there's the Tovars they're called, which are more like they're kind of like maniacs for technology and in that kind of sense, almost in a religious sense maybe. But enough talking about that. Let's dive right in, shall we? So this was the original startup here, which I first off. I like that, but I think I want to try something a little more mobile. So we're going to go with like the small kind of, what is it, hard bucket, clear night. I'm not going to go with Neiman for now. We're going to try and make this swift and quick, so let's get started. In hard difficulty, all I really know is that it limits my starting resources, so I'll try and explain some of the details as is. It just basically gives me specifics on all the details, what I have to do there. And then right here is all my main objectives. These are the 4 components I need. And my spaceship is the Mercury, which is represented here. And here's camp, which is where I can go to repair and buy supplies. I could click on them for like directions and all that. So let's find out which is the closest. Probably the civilization, but are any going south? Nah, it doesn't look like any are going south, so I'm gonna try going westward then. See about the sonic screws. We're gonna start there, and also we can move around as well. I'm following the road for a speed boost, and those yellow icons there are like radio signals, and we get random events as we move. So we spot a wreck party covered partly by sand. So I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Investigate the wreck, and we got 2 items actually. So that was like the best way to start off. Although I don't think I can actually equip my vehicles, because those 2 vehicles you saw there are actually like my troops, or the ones who fight for me essentially there. And we're going to investigate quickly here. I don't want to rush it too much there because I'm trying to explain everything. This is kind of a pilot episode anyway for this type of series, so I'll take my time with it there, but the idea is to try and go through a playthrough as kind of a one-off. So this is a signal there. We got a shop of some kind. Let's see. We go into a bar type of experience, so I have a choice to do several things. So I'll talk to them. They don't sound like the most pleasant folks, but we'll see. Talk business. I could go violent if I want to try and pillage their stuff, which may be an effective way. Let's see. Okay, so I have the option to do damage to my vehicles there for scrap, so I do not want to do that. I'm actually going to consider a fight there. Oh, I was expecting an actual fight there, so I don't quite like this scene what was going on there, because for all I know I could have lost the vehicle there and that would hurt in long term. And it actually paid off for me there. I got some fuel in the process, which is what determines basically the longevity of my campaign. Once I run out of fuel, that's pretty much it. I really do hope we get some kind of combat there, because I want to explain more of what I have in mind too, especially for these type of games, like especially for Convoy, which is RTS based. I would like to try and make it more difficult. So distress call, being attacked by eluding raiders. Let's see. Okay, so not all of them are manned, so I can attack, and that triggers an event with one of the factions. So I'm just pausing right now, but what I want to declare is that for this, I want to do this without pausing, so this is going to get frantic really quick. So what's going to happen? I have this main vehicle there. This cannot be destroyed at all, so I need to try and keep that alive, and I can't even move it. But these two vehicles I can move, as well as attack with, so this is where the RTS kind of portion of it comes in. Because as I unpause, events are going to happen. My MCV in the middle there does have one ability, which is EMP Blast. I have the stats here on the left for each of my vehicles and that. And I'm going to attempt to use hotkeys to control it all. So this is going to get frantic very quickly, but I'm going to try my best to explain it for anyone who may not be familiar. Raiders are coming in. We've got different tiers to them there. This one's a medium, which is indicated by 2 bars on the right. I'm going to try and stun EMP there, and they are deciding to attack. So I could, with 4 of them there, I could very well die right off in the beginning, unless I start absorbing some of those hits. That's the hope. But I'm trying to do what damage here, but I have actually nothing that breaches armor, which is that blue bar there. The more armor they have there, the more damage they can do to my hull. Damn, this is going to really end so quickly. Wow. I can't even kill one of them there, so I think I would love to change my targets there, but there are events. Yeah, I could probably kill this thing if I knock it over. Come on. There, I'm gonna ram it. It's gonna hit collide. Oh, damn it. I wanted to crash into the building. I think I'm gonna die pretty quickly here. I don't straight up have the raw firepower. Wow. Doing this hard mode with like no experience is probably a bad idea, because I couldn't even kill one of them. So I think the bad idea in this case was probably focusing on the medium vehicles, although I didn't really have the firepower anyway. Wow. Hard difficulty really is hard difficulty, I gotta say. Wow. And I'm gonna get demolished right away. Well, this is an embarrassing start, isn't it? Like I said, I had to defend that thing, but I didn't really have the firepower to even fight them off. Mainly because I had no way to breach the armor. Well, this is a failure before a start. I got time to do another quick run, don't I? Let's try something a little more friendly, I guess, there. Because, let's see. I think the issue I had there was lack of armor, so I guess it really comes down to who I'm fighting against. I still like the idea of like a small mobile vehicle and then something bigger. That was a bad start though. Let's just try this again. And basically we restart from the beginning there. The missions are technically randomized between a preset number of objectives. There are more than 4, but of course we're going to be seeing a lot of the same. There's only maybe like 6, 7, maybe 8 of them. So we're going to try it again. And then everything is randomized. So this is a horrible pilot. But then again, I can claim this is a pilot episode, so it's not going to be impressive to begin with, isn't it? So, and the nearest camp's up to the northeast, so I don't think I want to go that way. So let's try again. And I have no scrap there, because otherwise... Oh, we're about to get attacked. Privateers, so these guys are like... They're thieves, essentially. This is another one of the factions, so this could go horribly for me. This could go a little bit better, because they have a lot of small vehicles. And there are warning icons there I need to be careful of. Oh, and I thought I had that to attack. It apparently didn't. And I gotta try to breach through that. Although I have probably the worst weapons for breaching armor. Thankfully, privateers, at least these ones here, are not very resilient. And of course, they're crashing the wreckage for me too. Oh wait, I'm out of range. I am not thinking of this properly. I'm getting distracted trying to explain all this. Let's do this properly. They are breaching my armor some, so... And sadly, I can't ram them. No, I can't ram them. So that didn't work out as well as I like, so... We're gonna survive this battle. This vehicle's gonna die momentarily. I'm gonna get some valuable wreckage, which is gonna be pretty important. Yeah, and I can ram them by double-clicking, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work as well for like a small vehicle. I take damage in the process. So let's try and make this exciting. And we don't even have the dramatic music for some reason too. Okay, so let's try this again, shall we? There. We'll get this over with. Oh, and I'm gonna have to move this because there's wreckage in the way. Because you don't want to deal with that, because I'm gonna get kind of bonus damage, and that's where the hectic, the micromanagement comes in. Although we actually didn't fail our first attempt, or battle rather. Although I took heavy damage. This is gonna get difficult fast, especially without a camp nearby, right? Yeah, so I think I don't really have any salvage, so I need to try my luck. So we can't fight off there. Let's see. Wait for them to finish each other off. Oh. Well, that's fun. They decide to cooperate, which is unusual for fighting factions in such a backwater world. So sadly that did not work the way I would like, but I managed to get away. Because I don't expect them working together would be ideal. And the effects, the encounters are random on how successful I'll be on them, I believe. So I could choose the same thing multiple times, I think, and it could give me a different result, if it's anything like FTL. Because I played a fair amount of that. Would allow you to regain... Wait. Spot a speedway. Oh. Doesn't look like it's been in maintenance. So I could choose... to gain fuel in exchange for damage. Everything seems to go well, but until now... Yeah, everything took damage. So Speedway was all good in that until I failed. And now my vehicles are like almost destroyed in the process. They have like almost no health to them, but thankfully we're near camp, a village there. Oh. Let's see, in the distance spot metal. Do I investigate? Because that could be like pirates and I'm not in any shape. It's probably best to ignore it there. And while this isn't the most plentiful of bounties, this is pretty abysmal, isn't it? All the resources I gained, I'm gonna have to kind of repair. And I don't actually have the resources to repair, so this is gonna end as well horribly. Damn. This is pretty much the wrong type of starting composition or starting group, I believe. With no armor penetration or even a proper ability. I'm kind of setting myself up for a really hard time. So, I can't really do much battle. I found out the hard way there. Maybe there is a faction I'm more effective at fighting, maybe like the Tovar, because they more rely on shields, which is a little bit different to armor. So maybe that's the strategy I could do later on, is specifically go after certain territories there, because each of these three factions you see on the bottom have like different traits to them. So that could be part of my problem here. So I don't even remember where I'm going there. Oh, and I ran out of fuel. So I could choose to wait till something happens or open radio channels. Strand food, okay. And I don't have anything to trade, so I could threaten them, but I doubt that'll go well. Okay, so they're gonna attack me. So when I do run out of fuel, there's a chance of something happening. There's the shields I was talking about there. And these things have relatively low armor. And thankfully with that EMP field for my MCV, I can immediately take down the shields. I just lack a lot of damage. So it's going to be pretty rough. Although I need to keep in mind of what type of weaponry to have. Like the one in front is actually a mine layer, so I need to be careful of him. And preferably I don't want him to be in front of me, if I can help it. And we got tons of skulls. Can I ram him? Perfect. That was best case scenario for me. Although I missed what the mine layer was doing. For all I know, He could have... Yeah, I think he may have done a lot of damage to my scout. My hitter, but that went perfectly well. Yep, and I'm going to dodge the mine there. So killing one of them for free was a good deal, and that's why dodging that is really important. Like what I almost ended up doing. And now I gotta go and fight this thing. Sadly, it can still move, damn it. Maybe I was too slow stunning it. Oh crap. Ah crap, that was bad. I was trying to get up there so I can ram it, but it didn't pay off. Oh crap, and now I'm gonna get hit by the mine. Now I think I'm pretty much screwed for the rest of the campaign, because these rogue type of games can be pretty brutal if you're not efficient at the very get-go. So, sadly there's not a lot I could do, but thankfully it's only a mine layer, so... I was hoping to ram it there. Can it still pay off though? Yep, it paid off. Let's see, you managed to defeat them. I got fuel, but I didn't even get scrap or anything for killing them. So I think this campaign is sadly over, folks. I don't even have enough resources to repair or anything. No loot or anything to my name. This hard difficulty is definitely difficult. And of course, like I said before, part of the reason I was probably getting screwed over is because of my starting composition. I probably need heavy weaponry. So, we're just gonna get this over with. Because I don't have the firepower or anything. Heck, I could probably end it here, save everyone some time, quite frankly. And yeah, there's the heavy vehicles I was talking about. And these guys have a lot of firepower too. So that's game over there. There was no way I could beat like 3 of them there with like shields. So we're doing well for ourselves there. So I'm gonna have to avoid... I'm gonna have to try and figure out the strengths there, because like, light machine gun has no armor damage. Let's see, the composition I had there, laser, no armor damage, which is pretty important. The heavy machine gun has no armor damage. So that's part of the problem there. And the fact my MCV can only stun them and does not contribute to damage is a big deal. Yeah, chainsaw there can do a lot of damage and it can slowly penetrate armor, but the thing I'm worried about is the fact that it damages itself there whenever it rams, which is a big deal. And this one does no damage, so I guess I have no choice but to go with the stock standard variant, maybe. Not very exciting, but it's all I'll have to try it there. One final go. Let's at least have some dignity intact for this campaign, rather than the embarrassment that's been going on, so... I suppose... Yeah, rogues are pretty rough, needless to say. So all of them are up on the top section there. And nearest camp, everything's over there, so... Do I want to go that way or not? Because... What is the strength of my composition? Really no armor penetration, but I do have the ability to break through armor now. And I might as well grab these events when I can. Okay, this is trading company. Sadly, I have no way to trade. Inquire about a job. I could do that, possibly. So, let's go on. We could possibly do this for some... Kill the Torva for some resources, so let's see. Oh, never mind. This is actually just a standard convoy run, so... And it takes me the same direction as everything else. That's a good start, I think. And what is it? Oh. Do I look inside a barrel or not? I shot it before and it exploded on me, so looking inside is probably not a good idea. I'm waiting for it. Colorful cardboard boxes, what the hell? It quickly distributes the spoils. Huh, weird. Roll for initiative, so... That gave me nothing at all there. It was just a fun little flavor type thing. We're pretty much talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and I think that's our trade thing, is it? We're gonna go there in a moment. So, we found a privateer camp. We can attack them, we can leave, or we could try and ambush them. But there's a chance they may have spotted me, that's where the randomness comes in, so we're gonna try and ambush them. Yeah, and then they wasn't as good as expected. They never seem to turn up okay. So I could choose to attack them. Really, I need to try and attack them early. Privateers are a little bit like the the weaker faction anyway, so and of course they got a heavy vehicle. Oh crap. There's a heavy missile there, and I thought I stunned that. That came from the one I just stunned with the EMP can too, so that's a bit of a shame. But thankfully these things have some relatively good armor, so I can at least keep them to absorb some of the shots. And wow, my armor's almost gone completely because of those cannons and that missile. Try and move out of the way. Sadly it didn't pay off. This thing is really brutal. Let me just try and stun this thing, because my damage potential is not really all that good. So I think instead, I believe, yeah, I can actually kill this thing. Can I do it right or not? Oh, that went beautifully. Whoops, I accidentally hit the wrong button, so that paid off. I can't do anything about... Oh, let me get out of the way because that's going to hit me quickly. Try and destroy that thing there. I can't really engage. And sadly, these AI are good enough that they are always going to dodge those things, structures, unless I engage them. But I'm going to knock that down. Hopefully try and finish this off, because I have the machine gun there to do it. While that slowly starts chipping off its armor. Oh. Ah, damn it. I should have been faster on that ram, because it seems like the ramming is so damn important here in hard difficulty. There. That actually killed it there straight up, so that worked out well. So let's reinforce here. We took a ton of damage, so ramming is really essential, I learned. Which is one of the beauties of the rogue games, isn't it? You have to learn from your mistakes so you can improve upon it. Although I don't have the mobility, unfortunately, to actually knock him out. Knock him into structures, which is a big deal. And I took a ton of damage. Quite frankly, it was not worth it. I think it's safe to say. So the only option here is to really avoid it. Avoid battles altogether from the start. Or be really efficient at doing it there. And I think I want to take the vehicle. Should keep safe. Yeah, let's see. So I could choose a weapon. So a railgun, I believe that just ignores an autocannon. I don't know what exactly these all do. I know what the beam and minigun does, but I'll have a try with the railgun. And we got a new vehicle in the process, so that sounds good. I need a... Oh, as I speak and you shall get. I was gonna say I need to find a camp. I'm gonna have to escape though. That was a privateer evasion, so I need the repairs. Ooh, we actually got something pretty useful here. And that's the railgun, okay, so ignores shields and it does armor damage but a long cooldown, so that's actually a pretty good start. If only I hadn't gone for that first before fighting the pirates, that would have done a great deal. And just use all of my scrap to repair. And it probably didn't even utilize it the best. I probably should have repaired my one with the cannon. But we have a heavy vehicle there. It doesn't have much armor though, that's the only downside. And only direction I really have to go is still northward into the privateer territory. And at least this result's a little more promising. What's over here? Oh, that's for stem bolts. Self-stealing stem bolts. Star Trek reference, if I do believe so. So, we can open communications. I don't believe they're going to attack me, right? We shall provide transportation to the gate, so we'll try it. To get inside, conference room, look around, gives us details. Monopoly and self-sealing stealth boats. Yeah, this clearly seems like a reference of some kind. Leaving a wait after some time, okay. And wow. 500 scrap there for stem bolts. No, thank you. Okay. So they, in exchange for the stem bolts, they're gonna have me do some kind of mission here. So we have to deal with some individual here, so we got no choice to do that unless I want to spend 500 scrap. Which I think, yeah, I had the option to do that there, if I really wanted to. So yeah. The deed to a plot of land. So I have to do their dirty work, which is the only downside, so... And I need to kind of like find some... I kind of have little choice but to actually fight them, because that's probably like... Oh. Okay. That was the case where I wasn't looking there. And I took damage right off the bat, damn it. I was rushing through everything, that cost me. And I have no armor, so this is gonna go badly. And that, yeah, it has missiles and targeting array for like range in that. Oh, and I can actually target them to see the range. So, although that doesn't help me a lot because they outrange pretty much everything that I have. Which is a little unfortunate. Come on, need to finish that off. Yeah, that railgun does a lot of damage. It's just a shame I didn't grab it earlier. That would have saved me a lot of trouble. So we got enough armor to deal with these two here. My EMP is... Oh, damn it, I forgot the missiles with the ignored line of sight. Oh crap, oh crap. Was not paying attention there. And then I lost two of my big vehicles, damn it. Well, this is a nice welcome to the roguelike genre, isn't it? Not to mention, not having invested time to properly understand the nuance there is kind of like asking for things to go horribly, isn't it? Ah well, at least this is a bit of a laugh for someone, I assume, right? It's not very often you get such horrible plays, right? Or horrible experiences there. So, is there any way I can ram this thing, though? Can't really ram the R1, and I don't think it's going to give me enough opportunity, no. Not going to ram him in time. So much for that. Yeah, I'm slowly going to get chipped away to death. Okay, now's my opportunity. Wow. Damn it. I thought he was just going to die. Wait, where the hell did he go? What the hell just happened? Oh, he survived. Okay. The animation wasn't the best there for that, but it worked. It worked. I lost two of my vehicles in the process though, and I have like no scrap to call my own, so... I think we're screwed. Let's just go out to the wild and have a peaceful death, shall we? Oh, and there's also an event here. Although I don't think that's going to do us much good, huh? So random event, maybe I can get lucky here. Let's see. So talking gibberish. And the blind man disappears. Eerie. Spooky even. So, I think we're dead now. Let us fight to the last man then. Unfortunately, this did not work out very well, did it? Because this machine gun does not have the firepower, they have rockets, and even two weapons on them, so... I think I went too deep into territory at this point, so yeah, that was awful. Well, that was my first attempt at a roguelike game, completely blind almost, and it ended up spectacularly, didn't it?